Physical education basic instruction courses have been a graduation requirement in higher education institutions for some years. However, in the last 20 years, that requirement has declined significantly, seeing many colleges and universities either reducing or removing that requirement altogether. This has been investigated several times by several different researchers over the last 20 years, but none in the last 8. So it's time to not only revisit those numbers, but also see if we can develop a way to reverse them. So how do we reverse the trend of declining physical education requirements in higher education? In my opinion, we need to develop an advocacy model. But how do we do that? First, we need to assess the current requirements. Since it hasn't been done in some time, we need to identify if that trend is still occurring or if not. We need to see what is exactly going on so we can have a better understanding and then move to the next step, which is identifying the benefits for physical education in higher ed. And this will be done by collecting information qualitatively from partners of higher ed institutions. There may be several out there who have combated this internally. They may have prevented the trend from occurring in their institution, and they may have good strategies already in place that need to be shared, need to be collected. And that's what would happen. These two pieces of information would be compiled to see if there are any patterns or trends, something that these institutions who have been successful, what are they using? What benefits or what models are they using to advocate to keep that or possibly increase it at their institutions? And then lastly, the most important part, that information must be distributed. It must be collected, analyzed, organized, and then distributed to these partners across the country, unified, so that we can learn from each other. From this, I believe that those 3 steps can help develop an advocacy model that faculty and administrators can use across the country to hopefully reverse the trend and maybe increase the requirement for physical education in higher ed, and hopefully get us back to the way we were several years ago.